So we've obtained some emails that give us a little bit of insight into what happened here. Back in early December 2013, right after the GTH board approved the purchase of that 204 acres of land from Marquardt, senior government advisor Lori Pusher raised the issue of an additional piece of land, a third quarter section. And so for clarity, let's take a look at a map of all of this, make this a little bit more clear for you. So those top two squares in blue, that is the 204 acres. It used to be owned by the Sisters of Our Lady of the Mission and McNally Enterprises. Now Marquardt bought those two quarter sections and then at the end of December 2013 sold them to the GTH. Now before Marquardt and Pusher concluded that deal, they started talking about the third quarter section, the one at the bottom there. That's land that was owned by the Haynes family. Now Marquardt didn't own it, but he and Pusher were discussing the possibility that Marquardt could sell it to the government. Now, the family that actually owned the land had no idea this discussion was going on between Pusher and Marquardt. And then in January, Marquardt, in fact, did purchase that Haynes land, and he continued discussing it and discussing the possibility of selling it to the government. Now, the emails we've obtained indicate that the government was considering purchasing the land with an eye on development. The NDP says it's concerned here that the government was considering buying land from someone who didn't own it. They say that the more we learn about the government's land dealings, the more troubling questions are raised for them. As for the government, it points out that in the end, that deal never did happen. Marquardt still owns the land. In a 2016 interview with CBC, Marquardt described this as a normal business transaction. He said the purchase for him made perfect sense because it was such a great location. Now, in an email, the government explained that Pusher's discussions about the land were just preliminary and he never really intended to buy it on behalf of the government. Jeff Leo, CBC News, Regina.